Good afternoon, everybody. So today I welcome you all to the fourth installment of our eye care educational videos. And today we have Kunal Shah, who hails from Hubli and is an optometrist who graduated from Elite School of Optometry and is a private practitioner. Welcome, Kunal.
Thank you, Paula, and thank you, Osei, for inviting me.
Yeah. So today our main focus will be on spectacles and spectacle frames, spectacle lenses, and your recommendations on various aspects. So my first question is, when someone comes to your practice or visits your practice, or as in a general public, what are your recommendations? What kind of frames should a person choose, or what are the criteria for choosing a perfect frame or a spectacle?
Spectacle frame choosing is sometimes a very daunting task for a lot of people because the frame has to be very flattering on your face, it has to be comfortable, and it should be carrying the prescription well. But most of the patients who walk into the clinic, they are always concerned about the style part, like how it looks on the face, whether it suits their personality and all those stuff. But if you ask me as a practitioner, I think the most important thing would be how well it carries your prescription. Like when you look at the frame, it looks amazingly well on the shelf. It looks great on your face also sometimes. But when the glasses are fixed, it looks completely different. So why does it happen? Now there are certain styles which are suitable for certain prescriptions. For example, you have a higher prescription, then you need to select a frame where the eye shape is not very large. It just has to be slightly more rounded. It has to be closer to your face. And apart from that, your eye should be center of your eyewear shape as much as possible. In this way, you can get the glasses thinner, lighter, and at the same time, they would be very comfortable. Now, once you select the right kind of frame for your spectacle power, the next thing would be to make sure that the frames are very comfortable on the face. So there are two things which we have to look at it. One is the frame size, and how do we select that? The simple rule of thumb is that the two temples has to be exactly parallel to your face. If they are basically going out, it basically indicates the frame what you have selected is slightly smaller in size, and they would not be as comfortable as you are feeling now. So over a period of time, it tends to produce some kind of marks on your sides, and that leads to be very uncomfortable. And if you see the temples are going in, it basically indicates you have taken a frame which is slightly larger. So that is one thing you really need to make sure that the right size is selected. Second thing, it should sit well on your nose. So the nasal bridge is equally important in the comfort part. So if you're taking an acetate frame, it should be resting evenly on your nose. And if you're taking a metal frame, you should make sure that the metal part is not touching your nose or your cheeks. Right? So this is about the comfort part. And the third thing would be your lifestyle. Right, your personality, whether you want a frame and you're a person who are very active outdoors, you go into sports, so you need to select frame according to that. And if you are a fashion conscious person, or you want a frame to look very professional, so that would be the third aspect.
Okay, so according to you, how often should we change our spectacles?
It all depends from person to person, but our experience is normally a year to 3 years is an ideal period to actually change the spectacles. Now, if you look specs as such, right, it is made of two components, the frame and the lenses. If you're looking at the frame part, we basically have to look at the wear and tear, whether there are any signs of corrosion. If there are signs of corrosion, it can basically infect your skin, and it could be highly uncomfortable over a period of time. So there's a time you need to change your frame. If you're talking about the glasses, we normally recommend a yearly eye examination to be done by a qualified optometrist. Now, why it is so important? One is, if there is any change in prescription, it can make you uncomfortable. There could be a lot of eye strain. So that has to get corrected. Apart from that, your eye examination can find out a lot of eye diseases at a very early stage. So for that reason, at least you should get your eyes examined. Now, once you get your eyes examined, there can be two things which can happen. There is no change in the prescription, amazingly well. We can continue with the same glasses. And if there is a change in prescription, you can just change your glasses in the same frame. The second thing what we look at it is the kind of scratches that are there on the glasses. Now, what happens if there are scratches on the glass surface? it can actually make you very uncomfortable. And it could be fatal for few people, especially when driving in the night. So once you get scratches, you basically lose the efficiency of the coating which is there on top of those glasses, whether it is anti-reflection, whether it's a UV coat, or it is a blue light cut. So once there are scratches, you need to replace them.
Or like your recommendations on different kind of frames, basically.
Oh, there are basically 3 types of frames which are very popular. You have the acetate frames, which are the fiber frames. You have in semi-rimless and a rimless style again. So semi-rimless are the one which has a frame on the top, and below there is no rim, right? And then you have a completely rimless frame where you don't have any rim around the glasses. Now, ideally, you can go for any frame according to your personality and your choice. So in case somebody is using it very roughly, acetate film is supposed to be very ideal where you can use them roughly. But fortunately, with the advancement in technology, even for a rimless frame, we have got amazing glasses which are very tough and they don't break very easily, like a polycarbonate or a Trivex material. So when you have those kind of glasses, I think rimless is suitable for most of the occasion.
Okay, great. So there are so many options for people nowadays. Now, talking about specifically children, what are your recommendations when a child comes to your practice and has a prescription? What are your recommendations on spectacle frames and lenses?
Normally for the kids, we prefer a frame which is completely acetate or is a new rubberized material. Now, the main reason is if you have those metal pads, it's very difficult for a child to maintain. And if they lose the alignment, it can hurt them. So fiber frame in that way is very smooth to handle, and the child can use it roughly compared to the metal frames. Now, you also have frames which are completely flexible, where you move around, that cannot break very easily because childs tend to play with the glasses also. So normally we recommend those kind of frames which are completely flexible. Apart from that, considering today's child, they are actually very active now. So you require a frame which doesn't fall off very easily. So nowadays you also get frames with those small rubber tips behind. They are basically a grip which doesn't allow the actual glasses to fall down. In fact, for people who don't have those kind of frames, we also get a sports band which can be put over the frame just to make sure that the glasses doesn't fall off when they are playing or they're playing any kind of games. One more thing which I would really like to stress on is that most of the child break the glasses when they don't like them, right? So they're very smart innovators. They know how to make their own choice. So you try to imagine how a child feels. You force them to wear a glass. They're not happy with that. And on top of that, you actually force them your choice. So I would say make child the owner. Make sure that they select the frame to their choice. And in that way, they will also maintain the glasses. The second thing is we have to encourage the child to take out the glasses and always keep it in the case. Remember, either it has to be on the face or it has to be in the case. And as a parent, we can do a great job. If we are wearing glasses, I think I should always take out my glasses and put it in the case. And the child emulates that very well.
Wow, great tip, great tip. Okay, so we will not leave the adults as well. Now, we all know that when we, come near to 40 or we have crossed 40, we start having problems seeing the near vision, near objects, reading paper or maybe small letters which are behind the credit card. So what kind of lenses are available for, giving solution to those kind of patients who come to you with that kind of a problem?
Oh, now, getting into 40 is not a great sign. I'm just touching that, so I can tell you. Right? So there's a lot of applications now. You have become a very active people now. So we also work on the mobile. At the same time, we have to see the computers. We are driving. We are moving around. I think progressive lenses works very well. A multifocal lens where you can see at various distances just gives you that flexibility to see at a lot of these places. So we normally recommend glasses which is multifocal, which is a progressive lens.
Okay. According to you, so we have covered frames and lenses. I have a very interesting question. Do you feel sunglasses are important? Because I feel the Indian population is not very convinced about wearing sunglasses. What is your view on sunglasses?
Oh, I myself is a big fan of sunglasses. So sunglasses, if you look at me, is more for protective measures. Uh, it protects you from ultraviolet rays, and more than that, especially if you are active outside, if you're in kind of any kind of adventures, or even if you love driving, sunglasses protects you in a big way. You get those polarized lenses which completely cuts off the glare from the horizontal surface. That makes it very comfortable to move around from the sun. Now, if you observe, the main difficulty when you're outside comes from two places. One is a direct sunlight which comes from your sun, and second is the reflection that happens from the horizontal surface. And it's very annoying to see those reflections because you look down for most of the times. So you require a glass which will completely take off those reflections. In fact, I personally believe it can avoid a lot of accidents since you can see things very comfortably. I think sunglasses is a must when you are outside.
Okay, great recommendation. Okay, so now coming down to the pandemic situation, we all know that face masks, social distancing, and sanitization, these three things have become new normal. But then there's a very typical problem which people with spectacle they have when they wear face mask, their spectacle starts fogging. So do you have any tips for those kind of people who are facing this kind of a problem?
Okay, this is the most common problem and the most annoying one. You have to carry so many things on your face. You have face mask and then you have glasses, everything. See, you get nowadays an anti-fog lenses. The lenses doesn't fog very easily. And even if you don't have an anti-fog lenses and you have an existing lenses which are foggy, you get commercially available anti-fog solution now. You just spray and wipe and it will not fog for some time. And apart from that, even if you don't have any of them, you can just put your glasses over your mask. The main reason why it fogs is because there is a hot air which actually just leaks through your mask, and that's when the glasses fogs. So if you put your glasses over your mask and you have this nose pin, right, you can just press it slightly hard so that there is no air passing through it. If you can do that, then the glasses will not fog as much as what they're doing before. Right? Okay. So the idea is basically to wear the glasses over your mask.
Okay, great. And related to this pandemic situation only, so you must be seeing at your home and then with a lot of friends that we are all confined to home. The kids are taking classes on digital media, and then IT professionals are sitting at home. That digitalization has increased many folds. So and people are using gadgets, mobile, the laptop. We are forced to use them. Now, as a practitioner, do you have any recommendation for to your patients who come to you with eye strain, with this kind of a complaint?
Okay, the most easiest thing I think to do is the simple 20-20 rule, right? So every 20 minutes you take a break of 20 seconds and look at something which is 20 feet away. That can easily be implemented by anybody. Basically, you need to take a lot of break. Your ciliary muscles are at stress for most of the times. And when you look at distance, your eyes relaxes. Apart from that, you also have to make sure that your ergonomics are very good. That means your eye screen is slightly 15 degrees below your eye level and there is no light which is falling on the screen. In that way, you can avoid a lot of glare and it can improve the comfort.
Okay, great. Well, so we have kind of, covered an array of questions starting from frame selection to lens selection to particular age, children, and then wearing sunglasses. So the takeaway message, I think, for everybody is sunglasses are important. And then to avoid strain, we should be following the 20-20-20 rule. And spectacle, yes, you said that a yearly checkup is must. And while frame selection, the three criterias, what should be taken into consideration are your lifestyle, your comfort, and the first thing is the prescription. So great value addition, Kunal. I think this video is going to enlighten a lot of people who see. And thank you for accepting our invitation and giving this interview. I really thank you from Optometry Council of India.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ola. You have summarized it very well. Thanks.